I think that it's very meaningful that people have chosen to leave money in their wills to support scholarship in perpetuity. And people can do that in a whole range of ways. So my post is supported by very generous gifts, so are other posts in our department. And it means partly that people's names live on through those posts, and that it enables us as a faculty, as a university, to know that we can always have those posts, and the people within those posts can be leaders in their fields. But people can also support our work in a whole range of ways. So our faculty recently received legacies to support graduate scholarships, for example. That's enormously valuable to us because over the last couple of decades, the government funding available, the Research Council funding available for graduate scholarships has gone down very dramatically. So we need to be able to fund graduate scholarships. Literature in English is something which enables you to develop all kinds of skills. So our students go on to all kinds of careers because through studying literature, and this is true of the humanities more generally, you become a critical thinker. That's the main thing that we are doing. We are teaching people to think independently and to think not just about skills that teach you to do one thing, but transferable skills that help you to all kinds of careers. That's what you see from a strong humanities degree, because people often think about careers such as, we have people who've gone on to be very successful novelists or playwrights or journalists, absolutely. But we also have alums who've gone on to very successful careers in business or finance or the law. They've gone into a second degree and become doctors or other kinds of medical professionals or therapists, or they've done all kinds of work. They've worked in NGOs, in the charity sector. So really our alums can go into almost any career because we have taught them all kinds of transferable things. We've taught them to be self-starters. So we lose many students every year because we can't offer them funding. Every year, some of the best graduate applicants, we offer them places and they can't come because they're not funded. They've already paid for an undergraduate degree and they simply cannot afford to pay for a graduate degree as well. The more funding that we have for graduate scholarships, the more we can keep those students here, and very often the resources that they need are here in the Bodleian. It's really hard to overemphasize how important it is for us to be able to offer graduate funding. And when people leave gifts in their wills to allow us to offer graduate funding to students, that is transformational for those students' lives. We recently received gifts in wills that have enabled us to name some scholarships after the people who've given that money. And those gifts have really transformed what we can do. But it's maybe also important to say that gifts of any size are helpful to us. So at the one end of the spectrum, we might be able to endow a post, endow a full graduate scholarship. But at the other end of the spectrum, smaller amounts of money might enable us, for example, to support students to go on conferences overseas. It might allow us to help them to go to work in an archive somewhere else. It might allow us to take a group of master's students to see a theatre production, to go to an event that's happening in another city. And those things that we can do that enhance the student experience really do make an enormous difference. So it's true to say that every gift and will that we receive is really helpful to us. Every penny of it is valued and used and enhances the experience here. It's always a real pleasure to meet prospective donors and to meet people more generally who are interested in the work of the faculty. There are also occasions when we can invite people to come to particular lectures or events that we are holding. Yeah, it's interesting to be asked about whether Chaucer might have left a legacy, because Chaucer was notoriously very often in debt. What I can imagine Chaucer doing is leaving his books. He must have had a lot of books to write the things that he wrote. And I'm sure he would have wanted to leave something for future generations because he was very interested in his readers, very interested in new writing. And I suppose one of the things that we're really interested in when we're talking about legacies is people leaving what they can, what they've got to offer. I don't think Chaucer had much money to leave, but he had books, he had other things.